Jake Paul vs Tommy Fury has been officially booked for February 26, and I have some thoughts. In one of my previous videos, I said that this fight will never happen, and it looks like I was wrong, unless Tommy pulls out again due to some reason. I think this fight will be Tommy Fury's toughest test, but I don't think the same thing goes with Jake Paul. Beating Anderson Silva was a giant feat, and even though he, quote, wasn't a real boxer, Anderson will still be Jake's toughest challenge to date. Tommy looks like an okay boxer with solid skills, but I just don't see him winning this contest. The first thing we need to examine is Tommy Fury's power, or lack thereof. We all know that Jake Paul has knockout power, but Tommy's highlights are few and far between. He wasn't able to knock out Anthony Taylor, for example, and he was like 5 inches taller than him with the reach and size advantage as well. I feel like Tommy will need to outpoint Jake in this fight in order to win. I can't see Tommy knocking Jake's spark out. Tommy needs to rely on volume to win, and he needs to look busy in front of the judges. The ego of the Fury family is something that needs to end, because I really do think it'll be Tommy's downfall. Tyson Fury and Big John Fury are putting so much pressure on this 23-year-old kid to perform and knock out Jake Paul in spectacular fashion. They're saying that if Tommy loses, or even if it's a close fight, they will disown him, tell him that he should stay in Saudi, etc. This is not healthy, and while Jake Paul thrives under pressure, I don't think Tommy has that same spirit. I'm not saying Tommy is mentally weak or anything like that, but the occasion might get to him on the night. The words of his family might get into his head. He will overthink in the ring and make a crucial mistake, causing him to get finished. That is a realistic situation because Tommy hasn't faced this caliber of fighter in Jake Paul and on this big of stage as well. Despite all of the pullouts and bad-mouthing YouTube boxing, which I'm not a fan of in the slightest, I generally do like Tommy, and I hope that a loss against Jake Paul doesn't define him. He might have to examine his options moving forward though. Maybe jump on Misfits or something. Either way, the notion that Tommy Fury is the real boxer and Jake Paul is the pretender needs to stop from the Fury family. If you compare, Jake Paul is taking harder fights than Tommy, and even Tyson Fury, if you scale it of course. Jake Paul, KSI, and Slim are more active than a lot of boxers, including Tommy. The top 5 YouTube boxers, Jake Paul, Salt Papi, KSI, Gibb, and Logan Paul, have a good chance of beating Tommy and other pro boxers around that skill level. So yeah, none of this Jake is not a pro boxer talk. Those are my quick thoughts regarding the Tommy Fury Jake Paul fight announcement. We'll see if it even happens, but I'm looking forward to it if it does.